Being here today. Today is a very important day in athletics and in football and for this university. There's been some great things that have been done here over the course of the last 10, 11 years as far as starting up this football program and developing this football program, going from the Sun Belt Conference to Conference USA, which we'll be doing this upcoming season. A lot of great things going on at FIU with our medical school and in our law school with the highest bar passage rate last year in the state of Florida. So we're very happy and very excited about the things that are going on here at FIU. And we're thrilled that today we can name our new head football coach. And I'm going to take a couple of minutes just to explain what we've done over almost the last month. The process that we did as far as an actual search that we did, there was about 3 or 4 guys that I leaned heavily on for advice, to talk about potential coaches. We wanted to get the best possible coach that we get for FIU that would be a good fit for this community, for this university, and for this football program. I talked extensively to Greg Schiano, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Bucs, so I want to thank him. Butch Davis, who's also with the Tampa Bay Bucs, Chuck Pagano with the Colts, and Rob Jasinski with the Carolina Panthers. Those are the people that I really listen to when it comes to football. And without a doubt, they all pointed me in one direction. I was looking for somebody that had head coaching experience, that had success. If he was able to have played in a couple bowl games, that was even better. Somebody, I still do believe that the most important position in team sports, bar none, with all due respect to the point guards and the starting pitchers, the quarterback is the most important position in team sports. And if people don't understand that, they will this year when they see what Andrew Luck has done, RG3, what Peyton Manning did for Denver, and it happens at every level. So getting a quarterback and developing a quarterback is something that I looked at very seriously, and I wanted to get that. With the head coach that we're about to name here today, we get all those things. He is no doubt, in my opinion, a lot of people's opinion, the best quarterback coach in the country. He is one of the best offensive coordinators in the country. He was Big Ten Coach of the Year. He turned around a program in Illinois when he took it over. I don't think they had won a game. And he went on to win the Big Ten. He's been the offensive coordinator in the National Football League, very successful with the Chicago Bears, was down here for a Super Bowl a few years ago. So he's actually called the plays in a Super Bowl. He's coached some really, really good players. He's developed good players. Chef Garcia, Kittner, what he did with Josh this year with Tampa Bay. He's coached Peyton Manning. He's coached Devin Hester. So he's coached a lot of great players. He's developed a lot of great players. So we're very lucky. It took a little bit of time to get him. Obviously, he was in the middle of a football season, a very successful football season, with what they were able to turn around in Tampa this year and what he was able to do with Josh. So at this point in time, I'm very excited to introduce our new head football coach, Coach Ron Turner.
Thank you, Pete. First, I'd like to start out by saying I want to thank the FIU people for this opportunity, and in particular, President Mark Rosenberg and Athletic Director Pete Garcia, who you just heard from. I'm excited. I'm excited about this opportunity. I'm going to get into some of the reasons why as I get going. And from the moment I stepped on this campus for the interview and met with people, I could feel the passion and feel the energy, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I want to talk a little bit about my family before I get into some of the other things. My wife, Wendy, sends her apologies that she could not make it. We were all set to drive down this morning from Tampa with my wife, Wendy, and my two daughters who are home from break from college. They're in college, and they were going to come down, but my oldest daughter got sick, and she started to feel bad yesterday and woke up at 3 in the morning and was not doing very well. Wendy took her in real early, and the doctor said that she's got a virus, and she's at the contagious point, so we decided we better not bring her down here. So she apologizes that she's not here, but she's with us in heart, and she will be a very, very active part of the FIU community, and she's looking forward to coming in and joining everybody and being a part of it. I mentioned my two daughters, Callie, the one who's sick, who's a senior at University of Kentucky, and my other daughter, Maddie, a sophomore at University of Illinois. They're excited and anxious to come down here. I also have 2 sons, both of which were crazy enough to follow me in this profession, and they are coaching. Morgan, the oldest, is the coach at Stanford, fresh off a very nice Rose Bowl victory that I was able to get out and see and be a part of with him. And my son Cameron, who's coaching for the Vikings, and at this moment they are getting ready for a playoff game on Saturday night, on tomorrow night. And Cameron's wife, Janie, and they have a 5-month-old daughter, Charlie Jane. So I'm looking forward to getting them all down here and able to be a part of this as well. But I wanted to mention them and thank them for all the support that they give, especially my wife Wendy, who has to put up with me we've been married 30 years now as of a couple weeks ago, and she's had to put up with me for 30 years, so she deserves a medal for that. She does much more than a medal for that, but I did want to mention them. I also want to take this time to thank the Bucks, to thank head coach Greg Schiano, GM Mark Dominic, and the Glazer family for the opportunity that they gave me in Tampa. Although I wasn't there very long, just 1 season, I learned that it's a great organization made up of great people, and I want to thank them for that opportunity and also for the support that they gave me while I was there and the support that they have given me in my pursuit to come down here and be the head coach here. They were all very, very good, and I appreciate the support that they're giving me. Again, I'm honored and excited to be standing here as FIU's head football coach. It's a tremendous opportunity and one that I'm looking forward to. I'm anxious to get started. I see some of the players in the back of the room back there, and that's the first step. I'm very anxious to get started, and the first step is meeting with them, starting to meet the players and getting to know them, because that's what it's all about. It's all about the players and that you can recruit, that you get in here, and then what you do with them when you get them here and how they react. So that's the part I'm probably looking forward to the most, getting together with them. I'm also anxious to start putting together a staff, meet with the coaches that are here, start putting together a staff so we can hit the recruiting trail, again, because that's what it's all about, getting the athletes and getting those guys on campus and giving them opportunity to get here and see this campus and see what we have going on and get caught up in the excitement, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. I love the challenge of being a head coach. The happiest times I've had in coaching, and I've coached, I looked at the thing and it said 36 years. I didn't realize it was that long, but time flies. But the happiest I've been in coaching were the 9 years that I was a head coach in college. I love the relationships that you establish, that you build with the student athletes, with their families, and those are the kind of things that when you go through what you go through, last a lifetime. I can't tell you the number of texts and phone calls that I got starting at about 10 o'clock last night when it hit some kind of wire that I was going to be here. Former players texting and calling to congratulate me and wishing me well, and some of them wanting to be on the staff and anything they can do to help in recruiting and all that. But those are, again, that's why I'm in coaching. The relationships you have with the players and their families, the ones that last forever. And I'm excited about being back in college and have an opportunity to take over a program that I'm really excited about. I can promise you one thing, that I'm going to work extremely hard, and my staff will work extremely hard and give everything we have to make everybody in the FIU community and the FIU family and everybody in the South Florida community very, very proud of this program. Not only on the field, obviously, with the wins and losses, and that's where it all starts, the production on the field, which I know we can get it going, and I know it's going to be a great opportunity for us, but also with the way we conduct things. You know, first-class organization, our guys are going to handle themselves with class, and I think they're going to be a group, I know they're going to be a group of guys that everybody in the FIU community and South Florida community will be very, very proud of to say that they're involved in this program. I get asked the question a lot, why FIU? You know, my family asked me, I talked to my sister in California, why FIU? And when I came in on the interview, President Rosenberg asked me, why FIU? What makes me think that this would be a place that I would want to be and where to have a chance to be successful? I think there are a lot of reasons. And I didn't know a whole lot about it, to be honest with you, when it all started. Obviously, I knew what FIU was and everything else, but I did some research, looked into it, looked into the history and what's going on here, and that kind of got me excited. Talked to some people that know about the program, and then when I came down here, I could feel the passion. I could feel the direction going in a positive way. I think it's one of the top up-and-coming programs in the country. There's no doubt about it. You look at the fast track that FIU has been on from the time they started football, which I believe was 10 years ago, to the time they got in Division I football, which was 6 years ago, and the fast track that they're on, now moving into Conference USA. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable, the path, the fast track that it's been on, and I see that trend staying in that direction, continuing to go up. And there's a lot of reasons it's going to go that way. A top-notch university, top-notch research university, one of the top 100 schools that have been around in existence less than 50 years or less. And so there are a lot of positives. When I came in and I met with President Rosenberg and I met with Pete Garcia, it was unbelievable, and I was very, very impressed with the energy that they have, with the passion that they have for this program and the commitment that they have for this program. We got together. We played Atlanta, our last game at Tampa Bay on a Sunday. As soon as the game was over, went to the airport, flew down, got in about 8:30, 8:45. Pete picked me up at the airport and went right by the president's house, went right to the president's house. He was sitting out front waiting when we pulled up. And I don't know if that's a habit I want to get into, leaving the president waiting like that, but it was it kind of showed his interest in the program. They got me in a car. We drove around, looked at all the facilities, drove around campus, looked at campus. He was pointing out all the different buildings and all the different schools and everything else, and got to the athletic facilities, went up and looked at all that. And the thing that kept coming up during the conversation, both in the car and then when we went back to his house, and by the way, we went back to his house, and I think it was about 2 in the morning when we finally left, said, hey, it's 2 o'clock, we better get to bed. And but we sat there and talked about this program and talked about their vision and what they want to do for this program. And again, the passion, the energy that they had was unbelievable. And the thing that kept coming up from both of them, from Pete and President Rosenberg, was we got to get better. No matter what it was. We're driving around campus looking at the different buildings, whether it was a business school or the law school or whatever. It was, we got to get better. We got to improve. Start talking about football. We got to get better. What can we do to get better? We're not it's not that we're not happy where we are. It's you got to continue to improve. What can we do to get better? And I could see the passion. I could see that they've got a commitment, that they want to be the best, that losing is not an option, that this program is going to be successful, and they're going to give me as a head coach directing this program all the resources necessary to run a very good, clean program that's going to continue to climb and continue to get better as we go. And I was very, very impressed with that. I embrace the challenge of coming here as a head coach and running this program. I embrace the challenge of moving up a conference and moving into Conference USA. And I think that's why all of us are doing anything we're doing for challenges. You want to challenge, you want to embrace them, you want to attack them, and you want to go after them. And we're going to do that. And I look forward to it. I look forward to the challenge of moving into Conference USA and helping take this program to the next level. Before I go any further, I'd like to just say a word about some of the players. As I said, I'm looking forward to meeting the players that we have returning. And I know there's a lot of very, very good, talented players in that group, and we're going to recruit to add to that talent. But I also want to pay a tribute to the 30 seniors that are leaving this program. They came in and accomplished some great things, and a co-championship a couple years ago, and did some very good things, provided leadership to this program. And obviously that leadership is going to be missed, but it's an opportunity for some of our young players to step up and provide some of that leadership that's going to be missed from 30 seniors. You don't have 30 seniors leave and there's not a little bit of a void. There will be a little bit of a void, but we're counting on the young guys that are here and the young guys that we recruit to step up and pick up the slack for that. I'm also excited to get to know those seniors that are going out. I want them, when I come in, I don't want to just meet the players that are here. I want to meet the players that are leaving this program and do whatever I can do to help them, whether it's get in NFL camps, which I have a lot of connections in the NFL. Hopefully I can help them get in some NFL camps if that's their goal and that's their dream, or help them with whatever they're doing and make them feel, as all the former players hopefully will feel, a big part of this program, a big part of what we're doing, because they've laid the foundation for the success that we're going to have down the road. I really believe that this program is ready to take the next step, which is to win at a high level in Conference USA, to win consistently and compete for a Conference USA championship on a regular basis. That's our goal. That's our vision. That's what we talked about down here for the interview. What do we have to do? What can we do? What do we need to do to make that happen? And I'm excited to get that happen, and I believe it can happen at FIU. Why do I believe that? First of all, you couldn't ask for a better location. I mean, Miami's a world-class city. South Florida sells itself. I mean, it's a vacation destination. I've been down here vacationing many times myself. It's a tremendous place. So what a better place to go to school. And obviously, you talk about Florida football. In South Florida football, there's none better. There's none better. And I grew up in California and recruited California football a lot, and I used to argue that California football was the best. Well, I'm not so sure about that anymore after spending a little bit of time and being around Florida and seeing the Florida here is just remarkable. And so the talent base that we have in South Florida is incredible. You don't have to get on a plane and fly all over the country to find great players. And the thing that I found about through the years of coaching them, whether it was Devin Hester, who I absolutely love and is a tremendous, tremendous football player, whether it's Devin Hester or anybody else that I've been around from Florida playing football, or South Florida especially, they've got a tremendous passion for the game of football. They love the game of football. Got a great passion for it, and there's no substitute for that. And I'm looking forward and excited to getting out and recruiting some of these guys and getting in the high schools, because I know the quality of high school coaching that goes on in this state, and I know the quality of football that's played, and I want to pay a tribute to the high school coaches as well for the tremendous job that they do at fostering, doing it the right way, and football played the right way, and that's why you get so many great players all over the country. You watch teams playing from the state of Florida, and the way I look at it, there's no reason why they have to leave. They got everything they want. Academically, great academic institution, football-wise, conference, commitment to winning, facilities, everything they need and would want right here at FIU. And we as a staff are going to work extremely hard to make sure we keep these guys right here and get to know the high school coaches, establish great relationships with the high school coaches, let them know that we're somebody that they can trust, that we're somebody that they want to send their kids to, or at least get their kids interested in our program, and then let us do the rest of it. So I'm excited about that, and those are reasons why I'm excited to be here, excited to be at FIU. I think the sky's the limit. I think we can continue to grow, continue to get better, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to be a part of it. And fun is something that I think you have to have in the game. Our identity as a football team, and it's going to be, some of this is going to be coach speak, because it's what we all say, you know, hard work, toughness, unselfishness, accountability, and do it all with class are things that we're going to be. And to do that, to accomplish that stuff, it's not a matter of me standing up here on January 4th and saying it. It's a matter of us living it. Us living it. Me as a head coach, the assistant coaches, and then passing that on to the players, living that on a daily basis. Because the only way you can accomplish great things is to do the right things consistently. And that's the key to greatness. That's the key to success. A lot of people can have success, you know, every once in a while just based on talent. But to do it consistently, you've got to have great vision, great core values, and then a consistent plan to stick with it and sell that plan and be consistent with that plan every day that you're out there. As on the field, the identity that we're going to have on the field, I think all three phases of the game are critical. Offense, which is obviously my background, being an offensive coordinator, even as a head coach, I was offensive coordinator and called the plays and coaching quarterbacks. That's what my background is, but I also understand that you really and truly win games with defense. That's where you win. Offense sells tickets, you know, you all heard that saying and everything else, but defense is where, if you don't have a great defense, it's very, very difficult to win, and that's key. And then also special teams, the third phase of it. All three of those phases are equal, and we will devote the same amount of time and energy to offense, defense, and special teams to get this thing accomplished. If you're not winning all three of them, it's very, very difficult to win at this level. So we'll put a lot of emphasis on all of them. The way I see our team unfolding, and I'll close with this, and then I'll be ready to open up for any questions, is a team based on speed. And there's no place better to base that than right here in South Florida. But a fast, explosive, tough, physical football team that's going to fly around and hit and play hard and play with passion. That's the key. You can't play hard if you don't play with passion, and you can't play with passion if you're not having fun. So I love the game. I love getting out there with these young guys, and we're going to get out there and work as hard as anybody's ever worked, but we're also going to have fun doing it. We're going to enjoy each other's company. We're going to have fun, and we're going to build towards accomplishing something very, very special here. So, again, I'm excited to be here. I look forward to meeting all you people in person, especially the players. I look forward to getting out there and meeting the players and getting around them. At this time, I would like to open it up if anybody has any questions for me. You guys can't be that easy. Well, yeah, other than the technology part of it with all the things going on in recruiting, which fortunately I've got a son coaching in college football, so he's kept me abreast of all the things going on with the recruiting rules and what you can and can't do with the social networking and everything else, and I'll get caught up on that, pretty quickly into recruiting. And also, fortunately, I have 2 daughters in college, so if I'm going to communicate with them, I have to be able to text and face whatever it's called, all that FaceTime, all that kind of stuff. And I haven't gotten into the Twitter yet, but I know that's coming. So, but you have to stay on top of that to be able to communicate with teenage daughters. As far as the football part of it, I think obviously since I've been gone, the spread offense and the option run game and all that stuff has really taken off. It was there when I was there last time, but there were a handful of teams running it. Now everybody's running some element of it, some form of it, and including us. My background is offensively is more of the so-called West Coast offense, high percentage ball control passing game, and I've also implemented a lot of vertical passing game. I believe in explosive plays. I believe you've got to have explosive plays, make big plays to go down and score and win. And I know with the athletes that we're going to be able to recruit here, I think implementing some of the spread that everybody's doing, some of the option, and that stuff will be a big part of what we do as well. Every once in a while you think about stuff like that, but you never know. Things happen for a reason, and I was very fortunate. The year 2006, the year we went to the Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears, came down to Miami and played, and unfortunately didn't win the game. So I've got the NFC Championship ring, not the World Championship ring, but had a chance to interview, with Wayne Huizenga and the Miami Dolphins for the head coaching position, and I was honored. I was honored to do that. It was a tremendous experience. Yeah, sometimes you look at it and say, well, okay, what might have happened? If we hadn't gone to the Super Bowl, they could have done something 2 weeks earlier. Would it have happened? I don't know. But, Cam Cameron's a good friend of mine. When he got the job, I was happy for him. And, things happen for a reason. You just move on and keep going. But I'm excited to be in South Florida now.
How do you transition working with arguably spoiled billionaires to suddenly working with, young men at the university level? Have you thought that through?
Oh, yeah, I've thought it through. And I've done that. I was in college. Most of my career has been spent in college. I've had 12 years, I believe it is, in the NFL, 9 as a coordinator and 3 as a position coach. So 12 years in the NFL and 20, I guess it's 24 years in college. So, yeah, I have thought that through. But, people always ask me, what's the difference? The NFL players, college players, once you get in that locker room, once you get in that meeting room, there's not a whole lot of difference. Once you get in that field, whether, the NFL obviously is the elite of the elite, the highest level. They made it there for a reason, not just because of their God-given talent. They made it because they know how to work. They know what work ethic it takes. They know how to commit to the game and what they have to do to get there. And sometimes the difference is you get guys in college that don't know that yet. So the big part of it is to teach them that, to help them learn to develop those habits to be successful, whether it's on the field in football or whether it's in the classroom, in all areas. Teach them how to manage their time, how to make the commitment, how to avoid distractions, how to do all the things necessary to be successful. And believe me, a lot of guys that come in the NFL still haven't learned that. We're still dealing with 22, 23, 24-year-old kids. Sometimes it's worse because they got millions of dollars in their pocket, and you have to help them learn how to deal with that as well. Handling all that money and all that fame and all that success. Yet the bottom line is you get in those meetings, you've got to focus on doing your job. You've got to focus on football, and that's the fun part of it, helping them realize that.
What got it going for you at Illinois, and how did that situation at that point compare to this?
Yeah, I think the way we got it going there is we recruited some guys that love football, that have a passion for the game of football, that have a toughness, that were committed to being successful. I look back on those guys, and those are the guys that were texting me today and calling me and wishing me good luck and all that stuff. Those are the guys that kind of built that championship team, and it was all based on a commitment to football. If I look back at common bond between them, a passion for the game of football and a toughness. And a lot of them had that, and then we had to teach them that, yeah, now you got to have the same kind of passion for the classroom and everything else. You know, because their focus was football, 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 which 90% of the guys come out, that's what it is. But you help direct their energy and let them understand that the academic side of it is just as important. But that's really how we got it going there, and we had a pretty good quarterback. That doesn't hurt, as Pete said. You know, the key, most important position in all the sports to winning is having a great quarterback, and we had Kurt Kittner, a tremendous quarterback that provided great leadership, and we were able to get it going. After that class left, we dropped down a little bit, but we also had a very young class that was heading in the right direction and was going to get back on track, because they had the same qualities, and that's what we're going to continue to try to recruit here, people with those same qualities.
You mentioned that the last 9 years as head coach were the happiest times of coaching. These past 8 years, have you been itching to get back to the college game? And why was it? I know you mentioned the opportunities at FIU, but is now, why now is a good time?
Yeah, I have been itching to get back as a head coach, and especially as a head coach in college, for the reasons I already stated. I love working with the young people. I love seeing them going in their homes, visiting with their parents, all right, and going to their high schools, visiting with their coaches, getting to know the young men, watching them come in as 17, 18-year-old freshmen, and then watching them leave 4 or 5 years later as men, and watching the changes and the development that they go through. And getting close to them, like I said earlier, the relationships that you have that last a lifetime with these guys. You know, they know that they can call me and count on me at any time. I get calls today with guys that I coach that are 32 years old, have children, and maybe they're having marital problems, or they're having, job problems or whatever, calling me for advice and calling me just to talk to me. You know, and you have that kind of impact on people, you want to be involved in it. You want to be back at it. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm looking forward to getting around these guys and trying to help them become the best they can become. And in turn, this team become the best we can become.
You mentioned you're very anxious to get to know the players. When are you planning on meeting with them, and what's going to be the message that you convey to them?
Yeah, I'm going to have a team meeting early next week. I'm not sure if it's going to be Monday or Tuesday. I know they get back. Classes start on Monday. It'll probably be Tuesday. I've got to get back, and I have got to go back to the Bucs and fill out all the paperwork and officially leave there. I haven't done that yet. I wasn't going to do that until I signed the contract here. I didn't want to be stuck. So I'm going to go back and then meet with Mark Dominic. I had a great meeting with Greg Schiano yesterday. We met for over 2 hours yesterday and talked about a lot of things. I'm going to go back and meet with Mark Dominic and thank him and the other people in the organization. They were tremendous to me. So I'm going to go back and do that on Monday, come back down, have a team meeting Tuesday probably, and then I want to get with them individually as well. And then we'll start the off-season conditioning program and really get to know them on the field and everything else. But really, I want to sit down and talk to them. And then I want to get to know their families. I'm gonna try to schedule a time where I can have a meeting, get as many of the family members over here as I can, and schedule a meeting with them, because it's really important for me to truly know what these guys are about and get to know them as well as I want to, where I can help them achieve their goals. It's important for me to know their families, to know where they come from, what kind of upbringing they have, and get to know their families. And that was a huge part of it. And to be honest, I made that mistake when I went to Illinois. I got to know the families of all the kids we recruited, and I got to know all the kids that were on the team, but I didn't reach out and get to know some of the families of the kids that were already there. And when they'd come on campus, I look back on that and wish I would have done a better job of that and get to know the families of the kids that were already there. So I'm going to do that here, get to know them and get to know their families best I can.
Ron, do you feel like your predecessors left you a pretty solid foundation here, or do you feel like you have to tear it up?
No, I don't think you have to tear it up. I mean, obviously with 30 seniors leaving, as I addressed earlier, that's a lot of leadership and that's a lot of production, a lot of good quality football players that are leaving. But to answer your question, yeah, I think he did do a good job of stepping in and building this program. Co-conference champs a couple years ago, so there are some things in place, no question about it. And I'm looking forward to picking up on it. Are there some challenges? Yeah. Are some things we got to get done? Yes. Is it going to be a lot of work? Yes. And I'm looking forward to all those things. But again, when you lose 30 seniors, that's tough to replace. But we're counting on those young guys back there and the recruiting classes coming in to pick up that void.
Also, do you expect to have the staff together and maybe getting coaches convention at all next?
Yeah, I am not going to the coaches convention. I've done that before. I've gone to the coaches convention as a head coach when you have jobs, and it's not a lot of fun. I'd rather be here. I'd rather be here having a chance to get to know some of our players, and then also get names. I've got some names of some guys. I want to talk to the current staff that's here. Definitely want to talk to them and get a feel for them. And then talk to some other people, some names that I have and people that are on my list. And I'd rather bring them here. I'd rather bring them in here and get a chance to talk to them here, get them to see this. Because they come in and see what's going on here, you know, and get caught up in the passion and get caught up in what's going on here. You know, it's like recruits. I think you have a better chance of getting them. You know, if you call and talk to them on the phone or talk to them in Nashville, I can talk to them about what's going on. Some of them have never been here, don't know much about the campus, don't know much about the university or the football program or whatever. And, you know, I want to have a chance to get them here and see and feel what's going on.
Anything else?
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do, and I'm excited and looking forward to getting to know as many people as possible and getting to know everybody and move forward. Again, thank you, and I'm excited and looking forward to the opportunity. Thank you.